My name is Robert D. Skeels. I'm an education researcher. I hold a BA from UCLA and a JD from PCL. I want to practice law in support of students with disabilities. Marshall Tuck makes a lot of claims, and one of his claims is that all his students were college and career ready. So I decided to look into that and fact check it. And what I found is that that's demonstrably false. First, I looked at his record at Green Dot, and his Green Dot schools were actually really, really poor performing. For example, I looked at Animo Inglewood, and that school had back-to-back years where it failed to produce a single student that could score proficient on the California State University entrance exams, 2005 and 2006. That's quite astonishing. Then I decided, well, maybe he did better at PLAS, which is the Partnership for Los Angeles Schools. So I looked into the record of those schools, and again, they were all really, really bad. But one stood out particularly, and that was the school that he managed called Jordan High School. And with Jordan High School, for 5 years straight, 5 years in a row, his students were unable to score proficient on either the mathematics portion or the English portion of the California State University exam. Not even 20% of them could score proficient. That shows me that there's a real problem. And I decided, well, maybe it's just the CSU exams. Maybe if I can't find any corroborating information, that maybe it's just that. So I looked at other factors. One of the things I looked at was the SAT scores for the same schools. And what I found was that the schools that Marshall Tuck managed, the SAT scores were the worst among the worst in Los Angeles County. Not just the city of Los Angeles, but the entire county. They were among the worst, some of the lowest scorers. What that shows me is that Marshall Tuck not only has failed his students, but he's failed as a leader in every situation that he's been in. We don't need that kind of failure, and we don't need that kind of misrepresentation. I'm going to be voting for Tony Thurmond on November 6th. Tony Thurmond has a proven track record of listening to all stakeholders and parents. He has a proven track record of using best practices. Tony Thurmond is going to have my vote on November 6th.